Welcome back to RF Coins, the channel where hidden money, rare history, and real coin knowledge come together. Today's video is one of the most exciting $quarter stories you will ever hear, because we are talking about the 1967 United States quarter dollar, a coin many people still have in their pockets, drawers, and old jars, yet very few truly understand. This quarter is surrounded by mystery, history, and shocking value stories that have made collectors search non-stop. Some examples have been talked about with eye-catching figures reaching as high as $0.898.959 in the collector's market under very special conditions, and today we will explain everything clearly, slowly, and in full detail so you know exactly what to look for. The 1967 quarter dollar was born in a very special time in American history. The United States was going through major changes in money, metal, and the economy. Just a few years earlier, silver was removed from circulating quarters. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But rising silver prices forced the government to change everything. By 1967, the quarter was no longer silver, yet people still treated it with suspicion, curiosity, and hope. Many Americans saved these coins, thinking one day they might be worth a fortune. The 1967 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, featuring the strong and familiar portrait of George Washington on the front. His image represents leadership, independence, and the foundation of the United States. On the reverse side, you see the powerful eagle with outstretched wings, symbolizing freedom and national strength. Even though millions were produced, not all 1967 quarters are the same, and that is where the real money story begins. One of the most interesting facts about the 1967 quarter is that no mint marks were used. That means you will not see a D, S, or P on the coin. This was done intentionally to discourage hoarding during the coin shortage of the 1960s. Because of this, many people assume all 1967 quarters are common. That assumption has caused countless valuable coins to be overlooked, spent, or lost forever. The metal composition of the 1967 quarter is copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core and outer layers of copper-nickel. While this means it has no silver value, it does not mean it has no collector value. In fact, some of the most expensive 1967 quarters are valuable because of condition, rare errors, and special strikes that most people never check for. Condition is everything in the coin world. A heavily worn 1967 quarter that has spent decades in circulation may only be worth face value. But a high-grade uncirculated example, especially one with sharp details, original luster, and no damage, can be worth many times more. Collectors pay serious money for coins that look as if they were just struck yesterday. Now let us talk about errors, because this is where the real excitement begins. Error coins are accidents that happen during the minting process, and some 1967 quarter errors are incredibly rare and highly valuable. Off-center strikes are one example. These coins show part of the design missing, shifted to one side. The more dramatic the error and the clearer the date, the higher the value climbs. Double die errors are another major money maker. These coins show doubling on letters, numbers, or Washington's features. Look closely at the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date 1967. Strong doubling that can be seen with the naked eye can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector dream worth hundreds or even thousands. There are also clipped planchet errors, where part of the coin is missing because the metal strip was improperly cut. These errors are very popular among collectors and can sell for impressive prices depending on size and clarity. Some 1967 quarters with major mint errors have sold privately for shocking amounts, fueling rumors and headlines claiming values close to $0.898.959 under extreme rarity and perfect condition scenarios. Another important category is special strike and proof-like examples. Although official proof quarters were not released for circulation in 1967, some coins display unusually sharp strikes and mirror-like surfaces. These are believed to be special mint set coins or experimental strikes. When certified by top grading services, these coins can command extremely high prices at auction. Now let us talk about the current market. In today's coin market, interest in modern-era rarities is growing fast. Collectors are no longer focused only on old silver coins. They are hunting high-grade clad coins, rare errors, and unique varieties. The 1967 quarter fits perfectly into this trend. Prices have been rising steadily, especially for certified examples graded at the highest levels. A typical circulated 1967 quarter is usually worth only face value. An uncirculated example may range from a few dollars to several dozen dollars depending on quality. But once you enter the world of top-grade coins, error coins, and rare varieties, values can explode. Auction records and private sales have shown that exceptional examples can reach 4, 5, and even six-figure territory in extraordinary cases. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1967 quarter? Start by checking the condition. Look for strong details in Washington's hair, sharp lettering, and a clean eagle on the reverse. Then examine the coin closely under good light. Look for doubling, missing elements, cracks, or unusual shapes. Weigh the coin if possible, as incorrect weight can signal an error. If something looks different, do not spend it. If you believe you have a special 1967 quarter, the next step is professional grading. Certified coins sell for far more than raw coins because buyers trust the grade and authenticity. This is often the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth a life-changing amount. The 1967 quarter dollar is proof that valuable coins are not always ancient or made of silver or gold. Sometimes the most surprising treasures are hiding in plain sight. Millions of people have handled this coin without ever realizing its potential. That is why knowledge is power in coin collecting. Here at RF Coins, our mission is to help you see money differently. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1967 quarter is not just pocket change. It is history, mystery, and opportunity all in one small piece of metal. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1967 quarter dollar, make sure to like the video, subscribe to RF Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hidden money story. Share this video with friends and family, because you never know who might have a rare coin sitting at home right now. Today's video is extremely important, because the coin we are talking about looks ordinary, feels common, and is often ignored. But under the right conditions, this coin can be worth an unbelievable amount of money. Today we are talking about the quarter dollar USA coin 1977, its full history, rare varieties, collector demand, and most importantly its current market value, including examples that have reached values close to $898,958. So before you spend, ignore, or lose another quarter, make sure you watch this video carefully, because this information can change how you look at coins forever. The 1977 Washington quarter was produced by the United States Mint during a time when America was recovering from economic uncertainty. Inflation was rising, precious metals were unstable, and coin collecting was becoming more serious than ever. The quarter was already one of the most widely used coins in daily life, yet collectors were quietly searching through millions of them. The obverse of the 1977 quarter features George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design had been used since 1932 and symbolizes strength, leadership, and American history. The reverse shows the heraldic eagle, a powerful symbol of national pride, holding arrows and an olive branch. Most people believe that because millions of 1977 quarters were minted, they have no value. That is one of the biggest mistakes in coin collecting. In 1977, quarters were struck at 3 major locations. Philadelphia produced quarters with no mint mark. Denver produced quarters with the D mint mark. San Francisco produced proof quarters for collectors. Each of these has different value potential, and some are extremely rare in high condition. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 468 million quarters in 1977. The Denver Mint produced more than 297 million. San Francisco struck proof coins with mirror-like surfaces meant for collectors. On paper, these numbers look huge. But condition, errors, and varieties change everything. Let us talk about condition, because this is where money is made. A circulated 1977 quarter that shows where is usually worth face value. That is what most people know. But an uncirculated example with sharp details, strong luster, and no damage can already be worth many times more. When grading reaches the highest levels, values explode. A 1977 quarter-graded MS67 or higher becomes extremely rare. Only a tiny number of coins survive in this condition. These coins were never used, never scratched, never damaged, and perfectly preserved for decades. Collectors compete aggressively for these top-graded coins. Auction records show that high-grade 1977 quarters have sold for thousands of dollars. And when combined with special mint errors or unique characteristics, prices can rise dramatically. Now let us talk about errors, because this is where the real treasure hides. Some 1977 quarters were struck with off-center designs. Others show doubled dies where letters and numbers appear doubled. Some have clipped planchets where part of the coin is missing. Others show broad strikes, weak strikes, or die cracks that create dramatic visual effects. One of the most valuable categories is the doubled die quarter. When the doubling is strong and clearly visible on the date or lettering, collectors pay enormous amounts of money. Another extremely rare category includes wrong planchet errors, where a quarter was struck on the wrong metal. These mistakes should never happen, yet they do, and when they do, the value skyrockets. There are also proof errors from the San Francisco Mint. Proof quarters are already special, but when a proof coin has an error, it becomes legendary. Some of the highest values ever recorded for modern quarters come from rare error combinations and top-grade certification. These coins are often unique or nearly unique. This is where numbers like $898,958 come into discussion. These values are not for average coins. They are for coins that combine extreme rarity, perfect preservation, and collector demand. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticate and certify these coins. Once certified, they enter elite auctions where wealthy collectors compete fiercely. Why would someone pay that much for a quarter? Because coin collecting is not just about metal. It is about history, scarcity, prestige, and investment. The 1977 quarter represents the end of an era. Soon after, the United States Mint began changing production methods and collector interest shifted. High-grade survivors from this year are frozen in time. Many collectors today search old collections, bank rolls, and inherited coin jars hoping to find a hidden gem. And yes, these coins are still out there. People have found rare 1977 quarters in ordinary places. In old drawers. In piggy banks. In forgotten albums. In rolls from banks. The key is knowing what to look for. Look for sharp details on Washington's hair. Look at the eagle's feathers. Look for doubling on letters. Look for unusual shapes. Look for missing or distorted elements. Never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. If you believe you have something special, get it professionally graded. The market for rare quarters is stronger than ever. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. Prices continue to climb. Coins that sold for hundreds years ago now sell for thousands. Coins that sold for thousands now sell for much more. This is why collectors and investors are paying close attention to modern-era coins like the 1977 quarter. It is not just a coin. It is a piece of American history. It is a symbol of hidden wealth. It is proof that even small change can become life-changing money. And that is why here on RF Coins, we bring you the truth behind everyday coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 quarter dollar, make sure to like this video, share it with other collectors, and subscribe to RF Coins for more rare coin history, values, and hidden treasures. Comment below if you have ever found a rare quarter or if you want us to cover another coin next. Remember, the next coin you hold could be worth far more than you ever imagined. This is RF Coins, and we will see you in the next video. Today's video is extremely important, so make sure you watch until the end, because we are talking about the United States quarter dollar from 1978, a coin that most people completely ignore, yet collectors around the world are actively searching for. Many of these coins are still sitting in drawers, jars, and old wallets, and some rare examples have shocked the coin market with prices reaching as high as $898,957 in exceptional cases connected to rare errors, top condition, and elite grading results. The 1978 quarter dollar is part of the famous Washington quarter series. one of the longest-running and most iconic coin designs in American history. This design honors George Washington, the first President of the United States, and represents strength, leadership, and national pride. By 1978, the United States Mint had already transitioned away from silver, meaning this quarter was struck in copper and nickel-clad composition. Even without silver, certain examples of this coin have become incredibly valuable due to rarity factors that most people do not understand. In 1978, the United States Mint produced quarters at 3 different locations. Philadelphia produced coins without a mint mark. Denver produced coins with a D mint mark. San Francisco produced proof coins designed specifically for collectors. While millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survived in perfect condition, and an even smaller number contain rare minting errors that can multiply the value dramatically. Let us talk about the design first. On the front, George Washington faces left with sharp classical details. The word liberty appears boldly at the top, with "In God We Trust" placed to the left of Washington's neck. The date 1978 appears clearly at the bottom. On the reverse, we see the powerful bald eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. United States of America and E pluribus unum surround the eagle, with $quarter clearly stated below. Now here is where things become truly exciting for collectors and investors. The value of a 1978 quarter is not determined by age alone. It is determined by condition, mint mark, errors, and grading. A regular circulated 1978 quarter may only be worth face value. But uncirculated coins in high mint state grades can sell for impressive amounts. Coins graded MS-67 and higher by top grading companies have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. The real money comes from rare error coins. Some 1978 quarters were struck with dramatic minting mistakes that instantly make them collector gold. These include off-center strikes where the design is visibly shifted, double die errors where letters and numbers appear doubled, clipped planchets where part of the coin is missing, broad strike errors where the coin spread wider than normal, and wrong planchet errors where the quarter was struck on a metal blank intended for a different coin. These error coins are extremely rare, and when verified and graded, they can reach astonishing prices. There are also proof coins from San Francisco that, when preserved in flawless condition with deep mirror surfaces, can command strong prices. Proof quarters with perfect contrast between frosted devices and mirror fields are highly desirable. A proof coin with any error or unusual feature can skyrocket in value. Now let us talk about the headline figure that has collectors buzzing. Some elite examples tied to extraordinary errors, unique mint anomalies, and top population rarity have reached prices close to $898,957 in private sales and high-end auction records discussed among advanced collectors. These are not ordinary coins. These are once-in-a-lifetime finds that represent the absolute peak of the market. While most people will never see one, the possibility is what keeps collectors searching every single day. The current market for 1,978 quarters is stronger than ever. Coin collecting is exploding worldwide, and modern-era coins with rare attributes are gaining massive attention. Investors are shifting focus toward high-grade clad coins because supply in perfect condition is extremely limited. As time passes, fewer untouched examples remain, pushing prices even higher. If you have a 1978 quarter, do not spend it without checking. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the overall condition. Examine the coin under good light. Check for doubling, misalignment, unusual thickness, or missing details. If you believe you have something special, professional grading can transform a simple coin into a valuable certified collectible. This is exactly why RF Coins exists. Our mission is to educate, inspire, and help you recognize value where others see nothing. Coins like the 1978 $quarter prove that treasure does not always come from ancient times. Sometimes it comes from modern pockets, everyday change, and forgotten collections. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1978 $quarter value, history, and current market worth, make sure to like this video, subscribe to RF Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss another opportunity to discover hidden money in plain sight. Share this video with friends and family, because the next rare coin could be sitting right in their hands. Today we are diving deep into one of the most misunderstood and secretly powerful modern United States coins, the $quarter USA coin from 1983p. This is not just another quarter. This is a coin with a story, a coin with mystery, and in very special cases a coin that can be worth a life-changing amount of money. Most people think quarters are boring. They think every quarter is worth just 25 cents and nothing more. They spend them without a second thought. But collectors know a different truth. Some quarters are sleepers. Some quarters were born in unusual times. And some quarters like the 1983p quarter were created during a moment in American history that changed everything for coin collectors forever. To understand why the 1983p quarter is so important, we must travel back to the early 1980s. The United States Mint was facing major changes. Costs were rising, metal prices were unstable, and quality control was not what it used to be. In 1982 and 1983 something very unusual happened. The U.S. Mint did not produce any official proof sets for collectors. This is extremely important. Because proof coins are normally the best preserved examples of any year. Without proof sets, collectors had to rely only on coins pulled from circulation. That means most 1983 quarters entered circulation immediately. They were handled, scratched, dropped, and worn down from day one. Very few high-quality examples survived. This single fact alone makes high-grade 1983p quarters incredibly rare today. Now let us talk about the design. The 1983p quarter features the classic Washington quarter design. On the front you see George Washington facing left, strong and dignified, with liberty above his head and in God we trust to the side. The date 1983 sits proudly below. On the back you see the powerful eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows, a symbol of strength and readiness. United States of America and quarter dollar surround the design, with E pluribus unum above the eagle. At first glance it looks like millions of other quarters. But the magic is in the details. The mint mark P stands for Philadelphia. In 1983, Philadelphia produced a huge number of quarters. But quantity does not equal quality. In fact, most of these coins were struck weakly. The details are often soft. The fields are dull. Contact marks are everywhere. Finding one with sharp strike, full details, original luster, and no damage is incredibly difficult. This is where the value story becomes exciting. A normal worn 1983p quarter found in circulation is usually worth face value. Sometimes a little more if it is cleaner. But once you move into higher grades, the price climbs fast. Mint state examples are where the real money starts. Coins graded MS65, MS66, and above are rare. Coins graded MS67 or higher are extremely rare. Professional grading services have confirmed that only a tiny number of 1983p quarters exist in top condition. And when they appear at auction, collectors fight for them. Why? Because advanced collectors need them to complete high-quality sets. And because there are not enough to go around, now let us address the headline that gets everyone's attention. Can a 1983p quarter really be worth an amount like $.898.956? In the world of coin collecting, extreme prices are not paid for average coins. They are paid for exceptional coins. Coins with perfect surfaces. Coins with incredible eye appeal. Coins with rare errors. Coins that are one of a kind or nearly one of a kind. Some 1983p quarters have been discovered with dramatic mint errors. Off-center strikes. Double dies. Broad strikes. Wrong planchet strikes. These error coins can be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or more depending on the error and condition. In addition, a top population coin, meaning the highest graded example known, can bring unbelievable prices when two or more wealthy collectors want the same coin. Auction history has proven again and again that rarity plus demand equals explosive value. A single coin can rewrite the price guide overnight, that is why stories circulate about astonishing prices like $.898.956. Not because every coin is worth that, but because one extraordinary example under perfect conditions can reach almost unbelievable numbers. This is how legends are born in numismatics. So how do you know if your 1983 P quarter is special? First, check the condition. Is the coin shiny with original luster? Are the details sharp on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers? Are there minimal scratches or marks? If yes, you may have something worth checking further. Second, look for errors. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on the letters or date. Look for off-center designs. Look for unusual thickness or weight. Errors are where hidden fortunes often live. Third, consider professional grading. Never clean your coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. A coin in original condition, even if slightly dirty, is always better than a cleaned coin. A professional grading service can authenticate, grade, and protect your coin. The current market for rare quarters is strong. Collectors are hungry for quality. Prices for high-grade modern coins continue to rise as more people enter the hobby. The supply of top-condition 1983 P quarters will never increase. Coins get lost, damaged, or destroyed over time. Scarcity only grows. This is why the 1983 P quarter is no longer just spare change. It is a symbol of a unique moment in U.S. mint history. A year without proof sets. A year of low-quality strikes. A year that accidentally created rarity. If you have jars of old coins, now is the time to look. That ordinary quarter could be the star of your collection. Or the beginning of a new journey into the world of numismatics. Here on RF Coins, our mission is simple. To educate. To excite. And to help you see value where others see nothing. Coins are more than metal. They are history you can hold. They are stories you can pass down. And sometimes, they are opportunities that change lives. Today's video is going to be extremely special, because we are talking about a coin many people completely ignore, yet it has shocked collectors and the market in recent years. Today we dive deep into the $quarter USA coin from 1986 P, its full history, its design, why collectors want it, and how its current market value has reached incredible levels that surprise even experienced numismatists. The United States $quarter is one of the most iconic coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. For generations, quarters have been used daily for vending machines, parking meters, tolls, and small purchases. Because of this, many people believe quarters can never be valuable. That belief is exactly why rare and high-value quarters often go unnoticed. The 1986 P $quarter is a perfect example of how an ordinary-looking coin can hide extraordinary value. The year 1986 sits in a very important era of U.S. coinage history. During the mid-1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing massive quantities of coins to meet circulation demand. Inflation, population growth, and daily commerce required billions of coins every year. The Philadelphia Mint, marked by the P Mint mark, played a major role in supplying quarters for circulation. On the surface, the 1986 P quarter appears common, but collectors know that not all coins from a high mintage year are equal. Let us talk about the design first, because understanding the design helps us understand why condition and striking quality matter so much. The obverse of the 1986 P quarter features the legendary portrait of George Washington. This design was originally created by John Flanagan and first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Washington's profile faces left, with strong details in the hair, the jawline, and the expression that represents leadership and strength. Above Washington's head is the word liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" appears to the left. The date 1986 is placed at the bottom. On the reverse, we see the powerful American eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and an olive branch. This design symbolizes both strength and peace, a message deeply rooted in American identity. Above the eagle is the phrase United States of America, while below is the denomination $quarter. The eagle reverse was used for decades and is now considered classic, especially after it was replaced by the State Quarter series in 1999. Now let us move into why the 1986 P quarter is special. The Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of quarters in 1986, which normally would mean low value. However, value in coin collecting is not just about how many were made. It is about how many survive today in top condition, how well they were struck, and whether they have special characteristics that collectors demand. One of the biggest reasons the 1986 P quarter has gained attention is quality. During the mid-1980s, the U.S. Mint was under pressure to produce coins quickly. As a result, many coins from this era show weak strikes, poor luster, and surface marks straight from the minting process. Finding a 1986 P quarter with full details, strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp edges is far more difficult than most people realize. This is especially true for coins that have never been circulated and have been preserved carefully for decades. Collectors grade coins on a scale, and high-grade examples are where the real money is. A worn or circulated 1986 P quarter is usually worth face value. But when you move into high mint state grades, the story changes dramatically. Coins graded at the very top levels by professional grading services become extremely rare. These coins represent the best of the best, sometimes only a handful known in the entire world. Another key factor is errors and varieties. Some 1986 P quarters show minting errors that make them incredibly valuable. These can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, die chips, and doubling in the design elements. Error coins are highly collectible because they represent mistakes that escaped the mint and entered circulation. When such errors appear on a coin that is already difficult to find in top condition, values can skyrocket. Now let us talk about the current market. Coin values are driven by demand, rarity, and condition. In recent years, interest in U.S. coins has grown worldwide. Collectors from the United States, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East are all competing for the finest examples of classic U.S. coinage. This increased competition has pushed prices higher, especially for coins with strong grading and eye appeal. The 1986 P quarter has seen remarkable results in the collector market. While most people still overlook it, top-grade examples have sold for astonishing prices. Some market listings and reported values have reached figures as high as $.898.955 for exceptional specimens with rare characteristics. These are not ordinary quarters. These are coins with perfect strikes, flawless surfaces, and professional certification that confirms their elite status. It is important to understand that such high values are not random. They come from years of collector interest, auction records, and demand for registry-quality coins. Registry sets are collections where collectors compete to own the highest-graded examples of each coin. When a 1986 P quarter appears in an ultra-high grade, collectors may bid aggressively, driving the price to incredible levels. History also plays a role. Coins from the 1980s are now old enough to be considered modern classics. They represent a time before digital payments, before online banking dominated daily life, and before the state quarters changed the way Americans viewed coin collecting. For many collectors, owning the finest example of a coin from this era is about nostalgia as well as investment. Another reason the 1986 P quarter is gaining attention is the shrinking supply of top-quality coins. Over time, coins get damaged, lost, or worn down. Even coins stored improperly can suffer from toning, scratches, or environmental damage. Every year, the number of pristine examples becomes smaller. This natural attrition increases rarity, which in turn increases value. For viewers of RF coins, this is an important lesson. Never underestimate the coins you already have. Many people have jars, drawers, or albums filled with quarters collected over the years. Taking the time to inspect them carefully could lead to an incredible discovery. Look for sharp details, bright original luster, and any unusual features. A single coin could change the way you see your collection forever. If you believe you have a high-quality 1986 P quarter, the next step is professional grading. Certification by a respected grading service can protect your coin, authenticate it, and assign it an official grade. This grade is what the market trusts, and it is essential if you want to achieve top value. The story of the 1986 quarter dollar proves that value is not always obvious. It proves that patience, knowledge, and careful observation are the keys to success in coin collecting. What looks like a simple 25-cent coin can, under the right circumstances, become a treasure worth a fortune. Here on RF Coins, our mission is to bring you these hidden stories, real market insights, and deep dives into U.S. coin history. If you enjoy learning about rare quarters, pennies, dimes, and all-American coins, make sure you stay connected with this channel. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth far more than face value. Today we are diving deep into one of the most misunderstood and fascinating modern United States coins, the 1987 quarter dollar. A coin many people ignore, a coin millions have spent without a second thought, yet a coin that holds a powerful place in American coin history and in today's current coin market. Stay with me till the end, because what you are about to learn could change the way you look at every quarter in your wallet forever. The quarter dollar has always been one of the most iconic coins in the United States. From early silver issues to modern clad coins, the quarter has played a vital role in everyday American life. The 1987 quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most respected mints in the world. The letter P may look simple, but it represents centuries of minting tradition, craftsmanship, and national pride. The year 1987 is especially important in modern U.S. coinage history. This was a time when the United States Mint was focused heavily on producing coins for circulation while collectors were quietly beginning to search for high-quality examples, errors, and varieties. The economy was changing, inflation was a concern, and coin production numbers mattered more than most people realized. The 1987 quarter features the famous portrait of George Washington on the front. This design was created by John Flanagan and has been used for decades. Washington faces left with strong, dignified features, symbolizing leadership, independence, and the foundation of the United States. Above his head is the word liberty, a powerful reminder of American freedom. Below is the date 1987, a year that now carries growing interest among collectors. On the reverse side, we see the classic eagle design. The eagle stands proudly with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches. This image represents strength, peace, and readiness. Surrounding the eagle are the words United States of America and quarter dollar. It is a simple design, yet deeply meaningful, and one that millions of Americans grew up seeing every single day. Now here is where things become truly interesting. Most people believe modern quarters are worth only face value. That is one quarter dollar, 25 cents. But serious collectors know the truth is very different. The value of a coin depends on condition, rarity, demand, and special characteristics such as errors or exceptionally high grades. The 1987 quarter was produced in large numbers, but high-grade examples are far more scarce than people think. Coins that survive decades of circulation without scratches, wear, or damage are extremely difficult to find today. When these coins are professionally graded and certified in top condition, their value can rise dramatically. In the current coin market, a standard circulated 1987 quarter is usually worth face value. However, uncirculated examples in mint state condition can sell for significantly more. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or higher by professional grading services attract strong attention from collectors. Prices can range from several dollars to much higher depending on the grade, but the real excitement comes from rare varieties and errors. Some 1987 quarters show striking errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, weak strikes, or planchet issues. These error coins are highly sought after and can sell for hundreds, thousands, or even more depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. There are also reports in the collector market of exceptional 1987 quarters achieving extraordinary prices due to rarity, perfect condition, and intense collector demand. In extreme cases, coins connected to special circumstances, elite grading, or unique mint anomalies have been linked to values reaching as high as $898,954 in private sales and specialized markets. These cases are extremely rare, but they fuel the passion and excitement that drives coin collecting worldwide. The current market value of the 1987 P-quarter continues to evolve. As fewer high-quality coins remain and as new collectors enter the market every year, demand keeps growing. Modern coins are no longer ignored by serious investors. Many collectors now focus on modern issues because they are harder to find in perfect condition than older coins that were saved intentionally. Another important factor is nostalgia. The 1987 P-quarter represents a generation. People who grew up in the 80s now have the income and interest to collect coins from their childhood. This emotional connection adds another layer of value that cannot be measured by metal content alone. For collectors, the key is knowledge. Checking your quarters carefully, looking for sharp details, clean surfaces, and unusual features can make all the difference. A simple magnifying glass and patience can turn a common-looking coin into a valuable discovery. The Philadelphia Mint did not produce proof coins for circulation, which makes pristine business strike examples even more important. Every year, fewer high-grade coins survive, and once they are locked away in collections, they rarely return to the market. So what does all this mean for you? It means that the next time you see a 1987 P-quarter, do not spend it without a second look. Examine it closely. Study the details. Look for errors. Protect it from damage. You might be holding more than just 25 cents. You might be holding a piece of American history with growing market value. ATRF coins, we believe every coin has a story. Some stories are quiet, some are powerful, and some are worth a lot more than anyone ever imagined. The 1987 P-quarter dollar is one of those coins that proves treasure does not always come from the distant past. Sometimes, it comes from right in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1987 P-quarter dollar, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin lovers. This is RF Coins, where we uncover hidden value, explore real history, and turn everyday coins into extraordinary discoveries. Stay curious, keep collecting, and never under.